Burano is this beautiful island just outside Venice, and it's been 3 times the theme of Emperor's 4 games with Burano, Walking in Burano, and now Walking in Burano Roll and Write. I have played this game so I can find out if it is worth the amount of money that you have to pay to get your hands on it. So play we all. Walking in Burano Roll and Write is not the first Burano-based game that Emperor's 4 has produced. We have Burano, Walking in Burano, and now Walking in Burano Roll and Write. So what does this game does differently? Well, as the game implies, it's a roll and write game. I did the unboxing a little while ago, so you will know what the components are like, but let's take a very quick look as to what we can find inside the box. These are the sheets that we use to play, and of course this is a first play review, so you know what to expect when you play the game for the first time, not when you've played it multiple times and you have cracked a few of the intricacies of the system. But basically we're going to find the rules, this pad with the player boards, okay, where we're going to be writing things down, a set of dice, a kitty first player token, some boats tokens, and a scoring sheets pad. So how does this game play? Basically, one thing I have to say, okay, first thing I have to say, reading the rules, and these are in English, was considerably harder than playing the game. It is fairly simple. The only thing that you're going to have to keep in mind is the conditions of the color and the number of the dice. But once you've gone through a couple of rounds, they will sink in easily enough, very easily. So what we do is, you can see these little platforms in here. Okay, so you roll the dice. Let me put the box away. All of them, and place with the value in the color that corresponds to each die. Each player is going to have 2 of these colored boats. And beginning with the first player, you're going to place it here where you want it to be, for instance, and then the blue one here, and then the purple one here, and then the red one here. Then there is a second round where players can try and claim different dice. And then we're going to use the color and the value of the dice to circle whatever it is that we want to do. So for example, nobody has chosen the blue die, so nobody would be able to do anything in here. But with the orange, because it's a number 6, you should be able to either take the plant. Sorry, that's not the orange. The plant is already taken, so you wouldn't be able to do that. So that would be a really bad choice for the red player. But you could take the lamp, for example, and for the blue with the pink, which is number 1, you could put a 1 on the chimney, so on and so forth. The idea, as you can see here in this that we have already played, the idea is that you're going to be getting a number of combinations, because each combination of things is going to score you a number of points. And you can also get a number of coins throughout the game. When you get coins throughout the game, you can invite people to move into your houses. And those people are going to give you challenges. So, for example, Santa Claus is going to give you 4 victory points for each chimney that you have claimed, regardless of the building that you are in. Why? Because how else is Santa going to deliver the presents otherwise if you don't have a chimney? So he is going to reward you for that. Whereas the police officer is going to reward you for having claimed street lamps, which, as you can tell, whoever played this one, I can't remember, that would be me, I think. I don't care about people's safety at night because I only claim one street lamp. So, yay me. But I didn't invite the policeman to come into my street, so he wouldn't give me any points anyway, and so on and so forth. At the end of the game, which is whenever you have invited four people into your homes, then the game ends, you score, and the player with the highest number of points wins the game. That is it. We like this game. Okay, I cannot say otherwise because we did like the game. But there are a few things that let it down for us. The first thing that let it down was the size of the player sheet. It's not very big. They can get a little bit messy if you're not very careful how you surround your claimed assets, and it just felt underwhelming. Why though? Because playing Walking in Burano, you end up with this absolutely beautiful display in front of you, and the table looks absolutely glorious. With the roll and write version, all that beauty is faded out because this is what you get. So it feels underwhelming. There's no other way to describe it. It's underwhelming. And because it is so similar to Walking in Burano, I would rather play Walking in Burano. However, if you like roll and write games, this could very well be up your alley because the number of combinations that you can do, although it's not infinite, but it is large enough that you could be entertained for a while. Having said that, some of the strategies are considerably easier to go for than others. For example, the police with the street lamps, it's considerably harder to do than, for instance, the kitties or claiming the flowers in one of, for example, this is my sheet. So I managed to claim all the flowers in a building, which gave me immediately 15 points. That was fairly easy to do. You just have to wait for the right roll to appear on the right die, and that is it. But for the street lamp, you can only claim the green one if on the green die there is a 1. The blue one if on the blue die there is a 2. The orange is if only in the orange is a number 3. So too many conditions have to match for you to be able to get all of them. Although it is true that if you get all of the street lamps, you get a huge number of points. Whether to do Santa Claus is actually fairly easy. You are not going to get the maximum amount of points for Santa Claus, but if you got all the chimneys, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you will be getting 24 points, which is a good number. And that is a much easier strategy to go for than that of the police. So that's kind of the imbalance of the game that you have to be very careful with. Again, playing it is easy, and you can also find the rules in Diced, so you can learn to play it as you go along, which is very good because Diced is, from that point of view, is a very good app. So how do I rate this game after playing it once? Everybody around the table, my 2 friends and I, gave it about 6.5 because it is a perfectly decent, well done game, but we are biased because we played Walking in Burano and we all preferred Walking in Burano. So if you're a fan of roll and writes and you have not played Walking in Burano, this is one well worth taking a look at. If you have already played Walking in Burano and roll and write is not a passion of yours, I would stick with Walking in Burano. However, I will also say, if you have a big printer and you can scan that and print it in A3 to put it on the table and look absolutely glorious, that would be a massive, massive plus for this game. So I would stick to the 6 to 6.5 and looking into Walking in Burano, unless you're very much into roll and write. If you also played these games, please let me know. I would love to hear what you have to say and your opinion on the game. But until the next time, thank you so much for being there as always, and I will talk to you very, very soon. So play we all.